hot and a little bit humid, but nothing.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome here to Central High School, I should say, as we have some Friday night football action here between the Red Mountain Lions and the Brophy College Prep Broncos. I'm Jacob Noldy here with Jesse Davis today on the call, and Jesse, should be a good game. Both of these two teams, top 10 in the state. What are some of the keys you're looking forward to for this Red Mountainside?
Yeah, well, the big thing for Red Mountain has been their defense. They've only averaged giving up 14 points per game, and both of these offenses averaging over 30 points. So look for that Red Mountain defense to be a really big factor.
Yeah, and for this Brophy team here, one of the top 10 teams usually is always in the mix for the top 10 in the state, but they're coming off a 70 to 33 loss against Hamilton last week. How does this team sort of bounce back knowing what they are and what their identity as a team is?
Yeah, every game is different. It's a new week, new opponent, new mindset, and I think you just gotta take the positives from last week, take some of the things that you did well, and then kind of move forward into this week. You have to be able to find your playmakers. Obviously, Devin Fitzgerald is your main guy, right? He's got over 500 yards on the season. Look for him to be a big factor in that Broncos offense and try to get him the ball early and often.
Yeah, the Mountain Lions come into this game 4-0, undefeated on the season, looking to extend that. And then for the Broncos, they look to snap that streak and get back in the win column. And as for last season, this Miss Mountain View team, really just an overall like solid team. Coming in from last season, coming into this season 4-0 already. What are some of the expectations besides their defense? Last week they're coming off a 36 to nothing win against South Point. What is the expectations for this defense to stop a high-powered offense like Brophy's?
Yeah, you have to do the little things right. Play the fundamentals and really just kind of go out and do your job, really, not try to complicate things too much. Make plays when you can. There's great athletes all over the field. These are two really well coached teams for the Broncos head coach, Jason Jewell, and for the Mountain Lions, Kyle Enders. So this is going to be a great matchup. A couple of teams that are, like you mentioned, Jacob, top 10 ranked in Arizona. Red Mountain at 4-0 and Brophy at 2-2. Look for some fireworks tonight here on Friday Night Lights.
Yeah, absolutely, Jesse. And both these teams met just back in 2023 in the playoffs, where Mountain View ultimately defeated Brophy in the playoffs. So big rematch coming up here. Not as quite as the intensity as it would be for a playoff matchup, but still a key matchup for especially a 2-2 team. You look to get more wins and ultimately punch your ticket as we get ready here for kickoff. And Brophy will receive the kick, so they'll start on offense and get ultimately that the big name out there, Fitzgerald back out wide out.
Yeah, nothing like Friday Night Lights. Had some flash floods here in Phoenix. That's not going to stop us from calling some football.
It's not, and we are underway here as Ropey takes the reception here. Is going to run it back. Has a decent seam open. Is going to make a move here. Gets past one tackler and gets just past, almost past another, and it's going to be down about 33, 34-yard line here.
Some early momentum there for the Broncos.
Yep, and that's exactly what you're going to want in a big top 10 showdown like this here. So Brophy will come out here on offense and sort of bounce back after their tough loss last week, and this Mountain View, or excuse me, this Red Mountain team, where it's going to come out here and look to replicate what they did last week. So should be both tall tasks on both sides for both of these sides of offense and defense. As we wait here for the snap, looks like we got some substitutions coming in, and we are ready to take the snap, as that is number 15, Case Vandenbosch in the backfield for the quarterback for the Broncos. Lines up in the shotgun here, first down. Looking for the sideline, looking for the play calls. Changing it up in the backfield. Takes a snap, hands it off inside, has a big seam already, but past one tackler to the second level, is going to get a first down and then some. Big gain there for this Broncos offense.
Yeah, it's Harrison Chambers, the senior running back for the Broncos,
Yeah,
with that nice early carry.
Broncos going hurry up here, right back to Chambers. Going to go hit left side. Is going to get another decent hole. Is going to get about 5 or 6 yards on that carry. So run game using here earlier, Jesse, for this Broncos offense.
Yeah, that's really what you need to do is try to establish the run to open up the pass.
Yep. Broncos continue to go hurry up. It's going to pass outside, but we're going to get a whistle here before the play starts. We got a false start on the Broncos offense. Something that you do not want to see as a head coach, especially penalties that hurt yourself. And in a big game like this, you're going to want to avoid all those penalties at all costs.
Exactly. Doing the little things right, and one of those things is penalties. You know, controlling what you can control. You often talk about winning the turnover battle and not taking penalties. Those are things that you like to be able to control as a team and could play a big factor as we head on throughout the night.
Yeah, this is a pretty big test here for this Broncos team, taking on Hamilton last week, and it had Bastion the week before. As he takes a snap here, it's in the shotgun, has some room to run. He's going to run it, hits a defender, the linebacker, but he's going to get taken down for about a gain of 6 or 7 there. So good run there, good recognition from him to take out the pocket and run for it.
Such a good job there from Vanden Bosch. Not only does he represent a threat through the air, but taking off on the ground.
Yep, and Vanden Bosch really just a dual threat quarterback for this Broncos offense, and he just showed exactly why he is there. As the Broncos continue to show that hurry up offense, looking to catch these mountain lions on their heels. As it takes a snap, we have another pre-snap penalty. It looks like it's going to be another false start. So those penalties starting to rack up there, Jesse, for this Broncos offense.
Almost as though they're moving too fast for themselves. Looks like might have been a receiver that time that went ahead of the ball, but yeah, see how this third down plays out, but costly, right? Because that's another 5 yards you get backed up, and a third and short suddenly becomes third and long.
Yep, as we mentioned, that hurry up offense, and you got to get set before you can do anything. So looks like it's going to set up a 3rd and 8 here for this Broncos offense. As Vanderbosch takes the snap, rolls right, looking for anyone, looking deep, has a man, it is caught just past the 40 of the 41 of the Mountain Lions. And that's going to be number 7 there, Jason Kubica for this Broncos offense.
And Kubica 8 receptions on the season for 59 yards and a touchdown.
Really outstanding there. Play recognition as Van der Bosch takes a snap, looks left, has a receiver, hits him, makes a man miss, gonna still stay on his feet, and is still going. So he evades that first tackle in the backfield and ends up gaining just about first down. I think they're gonna give it to him there, and that was number 84, Dalen Sharper there for this Broncos offense. So great first move in that backfield to get past him. And that's another thing right there. That Van den Bosch leading this offense to hurry up as it's 1st and 10 here, just inside the 30-yard line of this Mountain Lions defense. Van den Bosch looking to the sideline, looking for the play call change. Still looking, seems to be not set as he gets ready here. Takes a snap, looks to his right, throws, and it is going to be complete there again to Sharper. So great little check down pass there. Good first down gain there, Jesse.
This is a great opening drive, Jacob, from the Broncos. They take a couple false starts, but they're able to find these first downs, and right now they're knocking on the doorstep of the red zone.
Yeah, good first drive indeed. 2nd and 5 here with just over 8 minutes and 40 seconds left in this first quarter. So key first drives is gonna be huge for this game. Van den Bosch here sets into motion, hands it off to Fitzgerald in the backfield. Fitzgerald makes a move, gonna get it past one tackler, but he's gonna be quickly swarmed by a few others. He's gonna set up 3rd and short here.
Getting it into one of their playmakers' hands in Fitzgerald once more. And that's what you got to do is be able to kind of dink and dunk your way down the field. Take what the defense gives you. Van den Bosch is doing so right now.
Yeah, getting Fitzgerald going early is gonna be key for this game right here, and would really dictate whether this Broncos team will win or not, or come out to victory. As they go in no huddle yet again for this drive. Be 3rd and 4 coming up. Van den Bosch takes a snap, looking to run, has nothing, and is going to be quickly swarmed by many different mountain line defenders. Kind of got past one or the other, but I think it's going to be 4th down here.
That just shows you the strength from Van den Bosch. Taking on a tackler, drops the shoulder, takes 3 more guys to bring him down. It is going to be 4th down, but they are in field goal range, and a great opening drive for the Broncos, right? We talked about this Red Mountain Lions defense and how they only given up 14 points a game on average throughout the first month. So that's a good opening drive to get some points there for Jason Jewell's squad.
So the Broncos will go for the attempt of field goal here and attempt to get a 3-0 early lead here with just over 7 minutes of the play in this first quarter. As this kick is up, and it looks to be good. So the Broncos will take a 3-0 lead here early in this first quarter. Great first drive, though, there, Jesse, as we talked about.
Yeah, spreading the ball around, too, right? You got Fitzgerald, Kubica with a reception. Saw some nice ground and pound from Chambers, and, of course, Van den Bosch can take off himself, so.
Yeah, great first drive. In the onto this offense.
No, and that's such a hard thing, right? Is being able to get points on opening drives. Doesn't happen a lot in football. The defense, they usually come out and are really strong. So that's important.
Yeah,
Might be an important drive down the line, just getting that early momentum, because usually you'll defer and try to get the ball at halftime, put your defense on the field to start.
yeah, for sure. Especially on a windy night like this, as we have the kickoff here, a little bit of a squib, and it's just going to roll into the back of the end zone for a touchback. But definitely windy here tonight, so definitely going to play a role in some of those kicks. But Broncos kicker there just made it look easy, routine. So this is the first time we'll see this Red Mountain offense come out, and they're coming off that 36-point nothing win last week. Looking at the stats, really though, they only had just over 100 yards passing and just over 100 yards rushing. What is sort of the key for this Red Mountain defense to come out here and get some points going?
Yeah, for the Red Mountains, they're led by quarterback Caleb Joe, and he's going to be, a tough test, just like Van den Bosch is on the other side. But, he has a great completion percentage on the season, nearly 67%. He's got 4 touchdowns, averaging 111 yards per game. So he's got to be a big factor, being able to find the sticks and find his receivers.
Yeah, as that first pass just went too high as they take it up the middle and with the handoff here for this Red Mountain offense. And this, as we talked about, this Mountain Lion team 4-0 on the season, coming off that dominant win last week against South Point Catholic. Their defense is really what their identity is, but I think as everyone usually says, defense wins championships, and it's just a matter of time for the offense gets going, and this offense can't get going, and which is why they're undefeated. But they're set up here with the 3rd and long early, and looks like we're gonna have even more yardage going back. So false start. So the false start bug looks to be biting on both sides so far, Jesse.
Yeah, Jacob, there's been a lot of yellow laundry out on the field so far in this game, and coaches typically aren't very happy about that, especially it being so early. Luckily, nothing really costly so far, kind of procedural penalties, false starts, and that
Yeah,
nature, but still, it puts you behind the sticks.
exactly. As Joe lines up here in the shotgun for this 3rd and 13, looking to his right, gets drilled with the pass, but he makes it. Looks like they're gonna rule complete just at the first down marker. Took that big hit, but is able to complete it, and it looks like they're gonna give him the first down. So great pocket presence there and taking the hit. As they're gonna go hurry up as well. And Joe will take the snap, looks to his right, hits his man, and is gonna be tackled for about a gain of 4 or 5 there. But great pocket presence there and great toughness from Joe right there, Jesse.
Yeah, absolutely. He finds King Robinson, his wide receiver, on the short side.
Yep, as Joe takes a snap here again, going hurry up, looking for his other man. He's going to get blown up there by a Broncos defender. Just completely ran through that. That's going to be number 9 for this Broncos defense. That's Ryder Nosh. Completely just blowing that play up there.
It's great play recognition there from Nosh. Seeing that quick screen out in the flat, reads it perfectly and times up the hit to dislodge the ball.
Yep, Joe's looking here for the sideline. Both teams going no huddle so far in these first 2 series, so trying to get both of these defenses on their heels and get the pace going. Joe will line up here in the shotgun, takes a snap, looks to his right, going to have a man for a screen, but is instantly met again by another defender. Defensive lineman, I believe that's going to be number 55 for this Broncos defense. And it's going to force a 4th down, so the punt unit will come out for this Red Mountain offense, and the Broncos will look to add some more points to their total.
Jason Jewell's defense just swarming to the football, not allowing any time and space for the Red Mountain offense. It's a fast 3 and out.
Yeah, very quick 3 and out. Big game here too. So really just kind of both identities been kind of flipped as a punt was kind of high as snap, but he still gets it off and is going to get it inside. It's going to get a really good bounce and is going to go past the 20 and it's going to die just at the 19 yards. So good punt there after the high snap, but this Broncos offense will come back out and look to extend this lead to double digits possibly.
Yeah, Broncos have all the momentum right now and trying to continue that.
Yeah, exactly. As this Broncos offense comes out, really just trying to cash in for a touchdown here would be big. You're not going to win this game on field goals, especially against a tough team like Red Mountain. So I think a touchdown is definitely in their minds of this offense coming out as they line up here. And Van den Bosch will line up in the shotgun yet again for this Broncos offense. And will take the snap, hands it off inside, and it's going to met for about a gain of 1, maybe 2, but quickly met by that defensive line. It's going to be running back number 6 there, Harrison Chambers.
I have a feeling this game is going to be tough to run the ball, especially in between the tackles. We're already seeing both defenses swarm to the ball and really going to be about blocking assignments to try to spring something big.
Yeah, it's going to be a battle of the trenches from what we can see so far. As Van den Bosch going to line up here in the shotgun yet again. Chambers on his left. 3 out wide to his right, 1 out wide to his left. Takes a snap, looks to his right, has Sharper down there in the screen. Makes a man miss, makes another man miss, but it's going to be quickly met. It's going to gain about, maybe we'll say 8 or 9 on that carry. So set up 3rd and short here for the Broncos offense.
Sharper bouncing off a couple defenders. Nice little 8-yard gain for the Broncos. 3rd and short coming up.
Yep, third and short, and you can probably only imagine who this ball is going to be going to in Chambers. So if you're this Broncos offense, you got to just take what they can give you because a tough game like this, as we'll line up here with Chambers in the backfield and Vanden Bosch in the shotgun. Takes a snap, designed run for Vanden Bosch. He's going to get on the inside, loses the ball for a second, but gets it right back. So Vanden Bosch keeps the ball in his hands, and it's going to be a first down for this Broncos offense.
Yeah, good job being able to get on top of that. Don't want to give away the first turnover, especially in your own territory. So Vanden Bosch dodging a bullet there as Broncos get the ball back and
Yeah,
continue to go to work.
yeah, a mistake there would have been crucial setting up that Red Mountain view, but it's first and 10 here for this Broncos offense as Vanden Bosch takes a snap, looks open, has a man wide open, is Sharper again, makes a few man miss, and is going to get just past the 45 and then mark him down, I'd say about the 40, 41, 42-yard line of this Mountain Lion defense.
How about Dalen Sharper just throwing defenders off of him, getting yards after the catch. Tell he's locked in for this one.
Yeah, we talked about Fitzgerald a lot, but it looks like Sharper is really proving what he's worth right here and what his presence making his presence be known in the first 9 minutes of this first quarter. So Vanden Bosch finding that receiver open as he lines up here in the shotgun, takes a snap, hands it off, has a hole, has room, trucks a man, and is gonna get maybe about 8 or 9 on the play, just shy of a second down or just shy of a first down, but blowing up people in his way and Chambers just laying down the shoulder.
I gotta tell you, those are the best type of runs. Put your shoulder down, the entire sideline's amped up after that run.
Yeah, momentum is what you're gonna need for a game like this. As we're gonna have a quick timeout here for this, I believe, for this Red Mountain defense. So pretty chilly night here, Jesse. As we're here, just under 3 minutes left to play in this first quarter. Do you think that's gonna have any play necessarily, or particularly any effect on these players tonight?
I don't think so. I think there is a slight breeze, but I don't think it's enough to really make a difference, especially passing. Big thing today was the flash floods, right? And concern about the field conditions and whether or not it would be slippery out there, but it's all dried up from earlier this afternoon, so I don't think uh, weather is going to play really a factor tonight. It's a pretty warm night out and great night for football.
All right, and we're gonna send it down to our field correspondent here for a little game update. Thank you there for that game update as the Bronco offense will come back out and get ready for first and or second and one, excuse me. So Broncos offense lining up, Vanden Bosch in the shotgun here for this offense. Takes a snap, fakes the handoff to Fitzgerald. Is going to throw it back to Fitzgerald. Has a few man blockers. Is going to get past one and gets pushed out of bounds. But Vanden Bosch taking another hit there, Jesse.
He took a big hit delivering that football to Fitzgerald. That's the old adage, take the hit to make the play, and Vanden Bosch does a nice job there. No gain on the play, but still is able to get the ball out and is not afraid to find his guy and take some punishment.
Yep, third and short coming up here for this Broncos offense as Vanden Bosch lines up in the shotgun yet again with Chambers on his left. Feel like we're going to be saying that most of the night as he looks to the sideline here looking for the play call. Big third down here. Not necessarily in field goal range quite yet, maybe so, but definitely want to get 7 here. As Vanden Bosch takes a snap, he's going to hand it up, or he's going to keep it actually, and is going to get a middle, miss a few tacklers, and he's going to get past the 20, all the way down to the 15-yard line, about the 16, and it's going to be a first down. So great read option there.
Yeah, read option from Vanden Bosch. Sees the end crash on the right side. Decides to take it and is able to get some good yardage up past the 20-yard line. Now in the red zone are the Broncos again and driving.
Yeah, first and 10 coming up here on the 17-yard line for this Broncos offense. Chambers and Vanden Bosch back in the backfield. Vanden Bosch takes the snap, is going to run it up, is going to get immediately met by another defender, taking another big hit. So that's 3 big hits we've seen in only this first quarter. I think those hits are going to eventually add up throughout the game.
Yeah, well, it's definitely one of those things where Vanden Bosch loves taking off. He has 353 yards on the season on the ground and 5 touchdowns. So kind of a guy that likes to use his running game as well, similar to like a Josh Allen type quarterback, not afraid to use his legs.
Yeah, big presence there in the backfield as Chambers takes, or Vanden Bosch takes the snap, rolls to his right, has a man, and is going to be caught, goes through the hit, but makes the catch. So huge catch there, but looks to be hurt. Believe that's going to be. No, took the big hit there for that. But at least me number 87, or no, excuse me, 89. Brady Powell there making the catch, but taking the hit there.
Yeah, it was a great job from Vanden Bosch rolling out to his right and finding Powell, but took a big hit on the play and hope that he'll be all right.
Yeah, and can only hope that he's all right after making that amazing catch. And seems that they're going to be set up down at the 2 yard line once they come back out. If they did roll that catch, as of now they haven't updated, but no, that looks like they are going to roll a catch. So it'll be 1st and goal coming up here.
And that's one of those tough things as a defender, right? Is you're trying to not make contact with the head. It was a clean hit, but it's just one of those things that's, a bang bang play, and it's a part of the game. But yeah, no dirty play there. Is fast play, and hopefully Powell's all right.
Yeah, it looks like hit him. Looks like he took the shot right to the chest there. So definitely might have got the wind knocked out of him there. But like you said, clean legal hit there. It's just football right there. Just unfortunate, but looks like he is going to get up on his own will and walk off. So good welcoming sign here for this Broncos faithful. But this Broncos offense going to come back, really marching down the field again here, Jesse, with their play scheme style, just kind of digging deep into the playbook, whether it's run, play, action, read option. They're really running it all right now.
Yeah, they're running it all, and they're making it look easy on this Red Mountain Lions defense, who once again we thought was coming in going to be the story of the game, a very defensive game, but it's been Brophy's ability to move the football that's been most impressive.
Yeah, this Broncos offense really just responding really well after last week's tough loss against Hamilton, as it's now 1st and goal at the 2 yard line. So this Broncos offense will look to cash in here. They have to be only thinking 7 right now on their mind. As Vanden Bosch lines up in the backfield, Chambers on his left takes the snap, is going to keep it. He's going to get dragged from behind and is going to be tackled. Looks like to be for no gain. So try to run that read option again there, but this Red Mountain View, or excuse me, this Red Mountain Lions defense is ready for it.
Good job from the front seven, stuffing up that run from Vanden Bosch.
Yeah, Vanden Bosch tried to make the best of that, but immediately got tackled by there and swarmed by defenders. So great play design, just better defense there as Vanden Bosch lines up in the shotgun yet again here with Chambers on his left. And we'll get ready to take a snap as we just eclipse under 40 seconds left in this first quarter. Looking to the sideline for some play changes. And we'll line up here for this 2nd down snap. Vanden Bosch takes a snap, bobbles it, and is going to be immediately met by defenders. So that bobble was crucial and ultimately cost him a loss of yardage.
Yeah, that's a tough one there for the Broncos offense. The snap low on the turf. Vanden Bosch has to recover. By the time he picks it up, Jacob, we know in football that that 1 second that might feel like a long time. A couple defenders in the backfield instantly, and then you really have no play. You just got to eat it.
Yeah, so that will bring us to the end of this first quarter. 3-0 here, our score. And really, defense kind of on show for both sides, but this Broncos offense is marching down the field again here, Jesse. And we talked about this pregame about this Mountain Lions defense where they gave up no points last week. Now it's back-to-back drives with decent field position for this Broncos offense and looking to cash in. What's sort of the message do you have, like maybe for this defense coming in?
Uh, for the Broncos defense,
Yeah.
yeah, well, for Red Mountain, They've they've won pretty handily in the 4 games that they've played. Um, Coming into this game, obviously 4-0. So I would give the message, play hard, play fast, and play the brand of football that Jason Jewell has led these guys to play. It's about a system, buying into the philosophy of your team, and so far they've done a great job of that. Right? They shut them out. Had that one drive where it's a quick 3-and-out for the Mountain Lions, and it's been all Brophy really. They've maintained time of possession, probably outgaining them, what, 10 minutes to 2, 10 minutes to 5.
Yeah.
Like, it's been pretty dominant.
All right, yeah, we're going to send it down to our field correspondent here yet again as they have another game update for us, and we'll recap us on that.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Dane Palmer. Welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show. Case Vandenbosch gotten stuffed a couple times here on the goal line, but this Brophy defense has the Broncos offense knocking on the door, ready to score here at the start of the second quarter. Back up to you.
Thank you for that update there as they line up here. Vanden Bosch will line up in the shotgun for a big 3rd-and-goal coming up here. Takes a snap, feels pressure, has a man, is caught at about the 4-yard line, but it's not going to be enough for the touchdown. So 4th-and-goal coming up here for this Broncos offense. It looks like they're going to send the field goal unit back out.
Big stop from the Mountain Lions, holding Brophy to 3 points. This will be another field goal attempt.
Yep, another field goal attempt here to extend their lead, possibly to 6. As you already saw, Brophy receive the opening kickoff. So if you're this Mountain Lions team in general, you can't really be worried right now.
Looks like there's a timeout on the field.
Yeah, looks like it's gonna be looks like Brophy's gonna take a timeout here. But back to what we were discussing, if you're this Mountain Lions team, you gave up 2 long drives, but you've only given up you've already gave up 1 field goal and possibly only another, and it's only a 6-point game, and you get the ball at half. So they're not necessarily out of it quite yet.
No, you're feeling great. I think, especially when the opposing team's driving on you, your defense gets tired, the fatigue starts to set in, and you have to be happy with the way that they've been able to hold them to 3 points. That's crucial, right? Talk about field goals. You don't really love that as an offense. I'm sure any coach and player would like to tell you that they probably want to finish drives in the end zone 100% of the time. So for head coach Kyle Enders for the Red Mountain Lions, have to be feeling good about that defense.
Yeah, exactly. So
Looks like they're going to go for it.
oh wow, so that timeout looks like they are gonna try and get 7 here, and looks like they wouldn't be bluffing because you can't call another timeout here in the position if you're the Broncos offense. So big play coming up here, 4th-and-goal from the 4-yard line of this Mountain Lions defense. Line up in a similar package as we've seen. Vanden Bosch in the shotgun. Has trouble with the snap. He's going to have another defender. He's going to get past him, and he's going to be at the goal line, and it's going to be a touchdown. What a recovery there from Vanden Bosch. Bobbled snap and gets to the outside and hits the pylon.
Holy moly. Vanden Bosch, are you kidding me? It's another low snap. He picks it up, and a defender in his face is able to break the first tackle, rip it to the right side, and put down his shoulder pad and eat that contact into the end zone for 6.
Yeah, big play there. Vanden Bosch recovering from the low snap, doing it all on his own, taking on defenders and getting to that pylon. Ultimately, put this Brophy team up 9-0 and make it 10-0 with that extra point. So, like we discussed, we kind of made it ironic that this Mountain Lions team was feeling good, 2 field goals, give up that touchdown. So, really a punch in the gut there for this Mountain Lions defense.
That's a great play call from Jason Jewell. I know the snap wasn't executed like they wanted it to, but the right play design was there. I think they're going to try a little bit of read option or quarterback draw, right? Because Vanden Bosch, so effective. You need that 1-2 yards. He's a guy that's probably going to get it for you.
Yeah, really good play design there. Obviously, it was blown up, but Vanden Bosch making the best of it and turns it into 6 and ultimately 7 after that extra point. So we'll see this Mountain Lions offense come back out again after being really just shut down in that 3-and-out in the first drive, and gonna definitely need a response here from this Mountain Lions offense if you're head coach Kyle Enders here.
Yeah, the Mountain Lions only given up 7 points over their last 2 games, so this is a little bit of new territory, right? You give
Yeah.
up 10 points and early in the second quarter. It's been all Brophy. How does your squad respond, especially offensively, to try to put together a drive and get back in the ballgame?
Yep, and we'll see right now as we have the kickoff here deep for this Mountain Lions offense. Our kicker team is going to catch it, going to have a few blockers, going to get past a few defenders, but it's ultimately going to be wrestled down just past the 20 mark. I'm down to 21. So we'll see this Mountain Lions offense come back out and respond. And respond, they're going to need one here as they're on the road here and looking to they want to keep this undefeated season going. They're going to have to respond in this drive.
That's how you start the drive, though. Nice return there from Tyree Cornett.
Yeah,
The
great.
senior providing some yardage, try to put his offense in a good spot.
Yeah, you're going to need all the field position you can get against this defense. As Mountain View, this Red Mountain will come out here for the snap. Gonna line up here in the shotgun here, running back in the backfield. As Joe takes a snap, hands it off to the left side, and is gonna get quickly wrestled down for a gain about 1. That's gonna be number 4 for this Broncos defense, and that's Mason Fees. Great tackle there, great fundamental tackle to not let him get anything more than that. So 2nd and 9 coming up here for this Mountain Lion offense. Line up in similar formation here. Joe here in the shotgun. Takes a snap, fakes the handoff, looking right, rolling right. It really has no one. He's going to throw it deep. And intercepted! Intercepted here by this Broncos defense. That's going to be number 9, Ryder Nosh. Took a big hit there. Joe took a humongous hit, ultimately causing that interception. But we do have some whistles. Let's see what the call is. Pass interference from the offense, so it is going to be Bronco ball here, and that's Ryder Nosh. Believe we called his name on offense, and now here on defense.
I'm just not sure what the receiver was doing. It looked like just going to run block and ended up pushing off. And then, of course, yeah, the pick, but just a weird play all around for Red Mountain and a costly mistake, right? You give up the turnover, you're already down 10-0, puts you in a bigger hole, and now you have to rely on your defense again to try to get a big stop as you just let them score a couple minutes ago.
Yeah, so deep into Mountain Lion territory already for this Broncos offense, and they're going to look to cash in and add some more points to this total. As Vanden Bosch lines up here in the shotgun. Familiar photo his right in Chambers. As Vanden Bosch takes a snap, hands it off to Chambers up the middle. Chambers makes a move by 1, gets by another. Is going to gain about 9 on that one. Maybe they might give him the first down. A good run up there for Chambers. As his Broncos offense going to go hurry up again. And looks like they are going to give him the first down. So 1st down and 10 coming up for this Broncos offense. Vanden Bosch takes a snap, delayed handoff here to Chambers. Chambers makes one man miss, makes another. He's going to get tackled down for a gain about 6 on that play.
The one thing that Chambers is doing so effectively right now is putting his foot in the ground and getting that first cut, and he cuts it up field. Going north-south, not trying to dance a lot in between the tackles, just finding a hole and pushing through.
Yeah, it really has like that tough mentality build, kind of like a Cam Scadaboo here. Really like what he's got going so far in this game as Vanden Bosch takes the snaps in the shotgun, looks right to his man. He has Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald makes the catch. Touchdown for now, but we do have a penalty in the backfield, so we'll wait for that call.
I think it'll be a.
So
It's
coming
holding.
back. Looks like it is coming back, holding on the offense. So great play design. Fitzgerald running out of the backfield and catching it, but it's going to go against the Broncos offense and take it off.
And Vanden Bosch, the nice little fade ball to Fitzgerald. And that's 7 points that come off the board, Jacob,
Yeah.
and a costly holding penalty.
Yeah, and we talked about it earlier with those false starts, and now a holding penalty ultimately bringing back a score. And if you're this Broncos team and Coach Jewell, you're not going to That's something you are not going to want to see is those self-inflicting harms. So it's going to be second and 15 now, and wipe off those 6 points off the board, and we'll see what Vanden Bosch can do here and get this team out of this hole. You got Vanden Bosch here in the shotgun, Chambers on his right, 2 out left, 2 out wide, takes a snap, drops back, has some pressure, has Chambers with a screen, and has men and has a convoy. Is going down the field and is going to be tackled. Still going, not quite down, but is going to be tackled and met, but gets a good chunk of that yardage back from that penalty.
Chambers just doing a great job of that ground and pound game.
Yeah.
Finding his way, not the biggest guy, but he's using his physicality to his advantage right now, bouncing off these Red Mountain Line defenders.
Yeah, really had that good play design there, making him get that convoy and gaining 10 on that play. So it's going to set up a 3rd and 5 here as we eclipse just under 9 minutes left to play in the second quarter. Brophy already up 10 to nothing against this Red Mountain team, looking to extend. As Vanden Bosch lines up here in the shotgun, hands it off, fakes the handoff, keeps it, goes up the middle, is going to get nothing. So it's going to be 4th down here coming up for this Broncos offense, and we'll see what they do here, but it looks like they are going to trot the field goal unit out.
I think it's the right call here from head coach Jason Jewell. You got to take the points off of turnovers. Have to be able to cash in and walk away with something. And now you're looking at potential 13 to nothing lead for the Broncos. And just not the start that Red Mountain was looking for.
No, not at all. This Red Mountain team coming in undefeated, really just dominated their first 4 opponents all the way through, and they're just met with a brick wall right now. And this Brophy team, as the field goal lines up, and it looks like it is going to be good. So 13-0 here, 7 minutes and 56 seconds left in the second quarter. Great, great first 3 drives, honestly, for this Brophy team besides that punt. And they're really just set up well so far in the second quarter.
Yeah, Brophy spreading the ball out, running the ball, finding those quick screen passes. We just saw one there for Chambers. A couple offensive linemen in front of him. He gets a good 10, 12-yard gain. And right now, they're just dinking and dunking their way down the field, taking what the Red Mountain Line defense is giving them. They're not doing anything too crazy, finding the open man. And it's worked out really well for them. Up 13 to nothing. Still just shy of 8 minutes left here in the second quarter in the first half. And you kind of got to feel, Jacob, that Red Mountain has to be able to find some points before the half, or else, that task of being able to climb back into the ball game just grows.
Yeah, exactly, Jesse. I think this isn't a must-have drive, but it's definitely a crucial drive here for this Mountain Lions team just to get going, get anything going, because they've really just been shut down here. As the Broncos will kick it off here to this Mountain Lions team, they'll receive it here just outside the end zone, and it's going to get past one man, past another. It's going to cut right, makes another man miss. Great return, just really being shifty with it, and is going to get past the 25 and down to about the 26. So another good return here, but as we saw last time, we saw the return ended up with that pick. So this Red Mountain team comes back out, this Red Mountain offense, you're gonna want to see. I really just want to see from here just them get back into the groove, and you don't need to get all of it back on one play.
Yeah, Tyreek Cornett with another solid return for Red Mountain.
Yep, as Joe will line up here for this Mountain Lion offense with 2 in the backfield with him. 1st and 10 here on the 27. And Joe will take the snap, hands it up the middle, has a hole, is going to get quickly tripped up there. That's going to be number 15 for this Mountain Lion. That's Darius Grayson Courts. So gain of 9 there, good first down run. They're going to hand it right back to him, going hurry up. But like I just talked about, getting that run game going and just getting something going is big for this Mountain Lion offense.
Yeah, both these offenses going tempo, not trying to waste any time, get to their next play, keep the defense guessing.
Exactly there as they go hurry up yet again. They're going to motion up here a bunch of guys. But Joe will remain in the shotgun here. 1st and 10 at 38. Joe takes a snap, looks to his left, has a receiver, has a convoy, and is going to get met there by a Bronco defender, and about to be gaining 8 or 9. And that's going to be number 6, Arian Wyndham there for this Mountain Lion offense.
Nice little bit of play calling there from head coach Kyle Enders. Misdirection. Had that motion to the right side receiver coming underneath Joe, and they go against the grain for a nice gain on first down.
Yeah, it looks like Coach Jewell here for this Broncos team is going to take a timeout and really just get his defense sorted out. As we saw in those first 3 plays there from the Mountain Lions offense, they were going hurry, and then this Broncos defense seen on their heels. So good timeout from them, from Coach there.
So we're just under 7 minutes to go here in the first half. Red Mountain Lions looking to climb back into this game. A major will be huge on this drive.
Yeah, really not over yet. Like we said, just under 7 minutes left in the second quarter, and ultimately in the first half. But they are marching down probably the best drive we've seen from this Mountain Lion offense all day. So good start. We just got to see if they cash in. As we come up here to the snap, Joe will line up under center here for the second down and short snap. As he takes a snap, hands it up the middle, and is going to be quickly met by Broncos defenders. I don't know if he got it.
I don't think he did.
Yeah, it's going to be 3rd and short here coming up. So great stop there from those trenches on the Broncos defense.
That's one where you just put a hat on a hat, try to penetrate the gap and get the running back in the backfield before he can get started.
Yeah, so 3rd and short coming up. Good stop there, and you're going to need about 1 more or 2 more. And I think it's got to be 4th down territory if you're this Mountain Lions offense.
Now they got the fullback.
Yep, Joe lines up, hands it up the middle. Is going to get the first down and then some. So first down here for this Mountain Lions offense as they get into Bronco territory. Good carry there for Darius Grayson there. Darius Grayson courts on that carry. So Joe will line up here in the shotgun going hurry as we get under 6 minutes left in this first half. Takes a snap, hands it up the middle, has a few blockers, and is going to get tackled down. It's number 3, Kai Jackson for this Mountain Lions offense.
Kai Jackson with the carry, tackled by number 3, Braxton Tate. 5-yard gain up to 43, 2nd and 5.
Really good drive so far here from this Mountain Lions offense, but it doesn't matter if you can't get any points on the board. So Joe will line up here in the shotgun yet again. 2 receivers out to his right, hands it off at the middle, and is going to be quickly met again by those sea of defenders of this Broncos defense.
And it's just so tough to run the ball in the Broncos. That D-line just getting activated, not allowing much on first down. So look to hold Red Mountain out of the end zone.
Yeah, 3rd and 4 coming up here on the 42-yard line of the Broncos for this Mountain Lion offense. So it's a big 3rd down here. If you're this Mountain Lions team, you got to get something going, and you got to believe it's 4th down territory here for this Coach Enders. As Joe takes a snap, hands it off up the middle, and is going to be stopped short of the first down. So big play coming up here, and then like I just said, Enders leaving his offense out there, and they're going to go for it.
Yeah, Jacob. I think that's one for Enders where you have 2 plays to get 5 yards. They go with the run there. Pretty conservative play call on 3rd down, knowing that they're going to go for it on 4th down.
Yeah, so Joe will line up here. 4th and 2 coming up for this Mountain Lion offense. Looking for the play call change here, and looks like they are going to take a timeout here to discuss the play call. Big play coming up here, Jesse.
Yeah, a huge play. It was the Broncos that won the first battle on 4th and goal with Vanden Bosch powering his way in for the touchdown, and now it's Red Mountain's turn to try and find a way.
Yeah, so, and we're going to send it down here to our field correspondent yet again. He's going to have a game update for us real quick.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Dane Plummer. Welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show. We saw Cade Vanden Bosch get into the end zone there. We saw an interception by number 9, Ryder Noche, who's making a ton of plays defensively. Unfortunately, Fitzgerald gets a touchdown pass called back for holding. Broncos have to settle for 3, but defensively still making plays. That defensive line right now for the Broncos doing a great job compressing those gaps, slanting, getting down, crushing that line of scrimmage, making it really hard for them to run the football right now. Back up there to you guys.
Thank you, Dane, for that update as we get set here for a big 4th down and 2 coming up for this Mountain Lions offense. As a Wildcat here takes a snap and is going to be met at the 4th down marker. We're going to have to see what they give it, but it looks like it's going to be a stop here. So big stop when it was number 3 there, Kai Jackson lining up in the Wildcat. But this Broncos defense was ready.
Just finding their way to the football, rallying for the tackle. They stop Red Mountain short of the first down.
Looks like
Brophy still has 4 minutes to work with. That's a huge stop from this defense. They've been tested in this game and going up against a Red Mountain offense that, again, is putting up 31 points a game, a tough task. Well, they've answered the bell and more here in this game.
Yeah, really, I'm just really ecstatic about how this offense really just bounced back from last week's tough loss against Hamilton, and they're really just showing it so far and looking to go up 2 possessions here before the half. So Van and Bosch will line up here in the shotgun. No Chambers on his right though. He's gonna be out wide here. So now about 5 out wide as he takes a snap, looks for Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald catches it in the backfield. Is gonna have to work and is gonna get nothing there. Really well done, well read there by that Mountain Lions defense.
Yeah, that's one where defenders, a corner on the right side, broke his block and was able to blow that play up.
Yeah, really well done there. I mean, we kind of talked about one of the keys to this game was Fitzgerald, and he's really just been shut down so far this first half. But as Van Bosch takes a snap here from the read option, gets past one man, and is going to get back to where they originally were and set up 3rd down and long here. But like I was saying, one of the big keys to this game was Fitzgerald, and they really shut him down for the first half. Obviously, still a whole nother half to go, but if you're this Mountain Lions team, you got to be happy with that, but you're still down.
I think, yeah, and I agree. I think the play calling has been more so run focused, showing that they're trying to run the football to open up the pass. And we'll see if Fitzgerald is becoming more of a factor, maybe take some shots down the field as this game goes on.
Yeah, Van Bosch takes a snap, looking deep, has nobody, looks over the middle, and is going to be broken up there from Red Mountain's defense. So great defense there, and it's going to bring up a quick 3 and out. So big stop there for that Red Mountain team.
Yeah, it's still Vandenbosch climbing the pocket, able to do a little Mahomes jump throw to give his guy a chance in the middle of the field. Good play by the defender, but if you're Vandenbosch working his way out of a sack, and you'll take that, right? Now you're punting. It's not ideal, but it's better than taking a sack. It puts your punter still in a decent position. The returner set up at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, exactly. As we have a pre-snap penalty here. Looks to be on the defense, actually. So encroachment here is going to move them up 5. So I think you still punt here. You're still in your own territory and you have the lead. I think you just continue to punt, and that's exactly what Coach Jewell's going to do. But going back to, yeah, that play there by Van and Bosch, excuse me. He's been under pressure for most of this night so far as we've seen. So really just trying to get anything going as we have another whistle.
Yeah, we haven't seen Vandenbosch really set up in the shotgun formation passing-wise. Very limited number of plays where they've kind of opened up the aerial attack, right? We saw Chambers flex out wide in that empty set for that one play, but other than that, it's been a lot of Chambers up the middle, some quick screen passes to Fitzgerald, and trying to take control of that time of possession with less than 3 minutes left.
And they certainly have, as we are at 2 minutes 50 seconds here, and the Broncos will punt it away, and it's going to go out of bounds at about the 30. We'll see where they mark it at though. Looks like they're going to mark it just past the 35 at the 37. So if you're this Mountain Lions offense, you have 2 minutes, almost 2 minutes and almost 3 minutes, I should say, actually. Almost 3 minutes to get some points on the board before half, and you get the ball back after half. So big drive here if you're this Mountain Lions team. As Joe will line up here in the shotgun. Really haven't seen much of this Mountain Lions offense really all night. They've just been kept off the field by this Broncos team. So we'll have to see what they can cook up here for this key drive, one of the last drives here before the first half. As Joe will line up here in the shotgun, send the motion man over. And will take the snap, fakes the handoff, looking to his left, looking deep, has a man, but is going to be out of bounds, out of the reach there for number 88 for this Mountain Lions offense, Jaden Wyndham.
First deep shot we've seen in this game. Something that I thought would be more prevalent, right? Both of these high power offenses. Thought we would see a little bit more down the field action, but it's been really the short stuff that's been trying to go to work for both of these teams.
Yeah, really just been a gritty battle so far through this first half. And yeah, like you said, first deep shot we've really seen from both sides and ends up going incomplete. So Joe will line up here in the shotgun and is going to hand it up the middle and is going to get about 4 or 5 yards there on the carry. And that's going to be number 15, Darius Courts there on the carry. And this Mountain Lion team is going to go hurry up here as we just about to eclipse under 2 minutes and 20 seconds left in this first half. And Joe will take the snap, facing heavy pressure, makes a run up the middle, looks to go for the slide, but gets drilled. Don't believe they're going to call a penalty on that as he went down a little bit too late, but it's going to bring up fourth down. And if you're this Mountain Lions offense, what do you do here?
I think they're going to send out the punt team. Tough one, right? It's still 13-0, so it's still a game. You don't really want to risk a turnover on downs, giving Brophy the ball back in your own territory. A tough, situation in the game. It is at midfield, but the yardage that you need is just too much. 2 or 3 yards, probably go for it, but not on 5.
Yeah, so this Mountain Lions team will punt it deep. It's going to get a really good bounce. We'll see if they can keep it in. And it
Wow.
looks like they are going to keep it. So it's going to be pinned inside the 5. Great punt there.
Yeah, he couldn't have done it any better. 52-yard punt. Get some help on the roll.
Yeah, great punt there. So that's going to set up this Broncos offense deep into their own territory with just under a minute and a half left to play in this first half. And we'll have to see what Coach Jewell and this Broncos offense has in mind. Do you be aggressive? Do you play passive and go to the half with your lead? What do you think's their mindset going into this, Jesse?
I think you stay aggressive. You're still up 13-0, but you have a minute 26 left. Believe they still have a timeout left. So maybe put together a drive and try to get in field goal range. But who knows? I mean, you are backed up, so that's a tough spot to be in. But usually in this spot, if you're able to break a play for, say, 15, 20 yards, then that kind of changes the philosophy because you're not that far away from field goal range.
Yeah, exactly. So it's going to be first down and 10 on their own 5-yard line. Vandenbosch will line up in the backfield here with Chambers on his right. Send the motion man open. He's going to hand it off to Chambers. And it's going to go up the gut and maybe get a yard or two. So looks like this Broncos offense really isn't in a hurry. So I believe they're going to be playing this passive.
Yeah, and that's not a bad thing either. Minute left. Just going to the half with all the momentum, and you're feeling pretty good about yourselves. Bouncing back after last week's tough game.
Yeah, you're for sure feeling good about yourself, especially against a tough team like this Red Mountain Lions team. A team that comes into this game ranked number 6 in Arizona and just putting a blank on their scoreboard right now. So if you're this Broncos offense, you can't ask for any more, or this defense. So as Ben Wash takes a snap, it looks like we're going to have a face mask. Laundry coming in from everywhere.
Wow.
Face mask very obviously there on Vanden Bosch. So that's going to be 15 for this Broncos offense, and something this Mountain Lions defense shouldn't. Just a costly mistake there.
That's a scary play, too, as a quarterback when you're running full speed and you get yanked by your helmet. Definitely does not feel great. And Brophy is going to walk it up 15 yards, and that's kind of a big play I was talking about, right? If they're able to get one more, all of a sudden you're a play from midfield inside their territory.
Yeah, so first and 10 here for this Broncos offense coming up, but the clock is still rolling. Looks like this Broncos offense really
They're
is
just
just
going to
not
take a
batting.
knee.
Yeah, it looks like they're just going to take this to the half, and I think if you're Coach Jewell, that's the right decision. Up 13-0 against a tough team like this Mountain Lions team, and don't want to risk anything else. So that will take us to the half here. 13-0, our score. This Broncos offense and this whole entire Brophy team just showing up so far this first half. Jesse, what were some of the big keys you saw from both sides of the ball for this Broncos team?
Yeah, the Broncos offense is what really impressed me a lot, especially Vanden Bosch, how confident they played and his ability to be able to step up in the pocket and make a couple throws, but also be able to take off and use his legs.
Yep. And
He featured his legs as a big factor in this game, and it's threatened this Red Mountain defense who hasn't really been able to bring him down. The first guy is missed almost every tackle, and it takes 3 or 4 guys to bring him down, so always a tough assignment. And then, of course, you have Fitzgerald, and getting him involved, he's got a couple grabs, and then Chambers in the run game. So overall, just good play calling.
yeah, and great first half here so far. And before we send us to halftime, believe we're gonna send it down to Vin. Not for excuse me on that one. Looks like yeah, we're gonna send it down here to our field correspondent Dane with Vince here on the sun.
Hey guys, Vince here from the Varsity Sports Show. Nothing beats a hometown touchdown, on the field and on the table. Join us at Zips or Goldies, where families, friends, and teams come together for great food. They make everything fresh, like their hearty burgers or irresistible focaccias. The restaurants are family friendly with a huge menu and plenty of seating. Goldies Sports Cafe is in Scottsdale at Via Linda and Mountain View Road, and Zips Sports Grill has 14 Valley locations. Come hungry, see you soon at Zips or Goldies.
This is J.R. Lambright, special field correspondent for the Varsity Sports Show, coming to you from the wilds of deep East Texas. Some of you may remember me from a few years back when I did a radio segment for the Varsity Sports Show called J.R.'s Texas Tales. This season, however, we're going to talk about the phenomenon that's sometimes pursued with religious fervor called high school football in Texas. Stay tuned. We'll see each other around.
Hello, I'm Tomas Perez reporting with the Varsity Sports Show, bringing you the latest on Catholic high school sports. At Bourget Catholic High School, football is more than a game. It's faith in action, brotherhood in motion, and a community united under Friday night lights. Here's how the Golden Eagles are building champions on the field and for life. At Bourget Catholic, football is more than just a scoreboard. The team sets goals that go beyond the game, growing in their brotherhood, becoming good stewards of the gospel, and preparing for life after high school. Coaches remind athletes that their talents are gifts from God, meant to be used for His glory, and the Catholic mission guides everything they do, helping each player discover and develop his God-given potential. Discipline is at the core, teaching time management, balance in academics, athletics, and prayer. On the field, lessons of preparation, teamwork, and facing adversity are built to last far beyond football. Sportsmanship is rooted in the Catholic tradition, love for God, for others, and for the game. Friday nights bring the community together, uniting families, parish, and school in prayer and support. Priests, sisters, and school leaders walk alongside the team, leading Mass, offering guidance, and encouraging the athletes every step of the way. And before each game, players are reminded why they are here, to honor the sacrifices made for them, and to glorify God in everything they do. At Bourget Catholic, football is more than a sport. It's faith, family, and love for the game. Reporting with Varsity Sports Show, I'm Tomas Perez.
I'm Marla Mundo with the Varsity Sports Show. Last week, Clayton Kershaw announced his decision to retire at the end of the 2025 MLB season. Kershaw is arguably one of the best starting pitchers in Dodgers history, alongside Don Drysdale and Sandy Koufax. He is the longest tenured Dodger ever, as he's played since his debut in 2008. Kershaw was drafted 7th overall in the 2006 MLB draft, where he went on to play for the Dodgers farming system for just one season.
On the mound at Dodger Stadium, and he strikes out right by Altuve.
Kershaw has won 222 games in 18 seasons. His win-loss percentage is .698, the highest among pitchers all time with 300 or more starts. He is one of 3 active players to have won over 200 games. With over 3,000 strikeouts, Kershaw is just the 20th pitcher to reach the mark, with over the 4th lefty to do so. Kershaw is only behind Holt Wilhelm and lowest career ERA in the live ball era. Kershaw is a 2-time World Series champion, with wins in 2020 and most recently 2024. He is an 11-time All-Star and a 3-time Cy Young Award winner. He was the 2011 Triple Crown winner, meaning he led the league in wins, strikeouts, and ERA. That same year, he won the Golden Glove for Best Fielder.
A curveball kisses the sky.
Kershaw pitched a no-hitter on June 18, 2014, the 22nd Dodger to do so. Kershaw is likely to enter the Hall of Fame as a first-ballot candidate. Kershaw has been so consistent and such a successful pitcher in this new era of high-powered offenses. I'm Marla Mundo with the Varsity Sports Show, signing out.
Hot and a little bit humid, but nothing was going to stop Glendale on a night like this. Glendale found ways to play as a team all night, whether it was through tactics and set pieces, or just simply belief it was very special. And for Coach Jeff Perry, it was another game where he was able to develop his players and to witness the fruits of his players' labor as they took the field by storm tonight.
A beautiful Tuesday night here in the Valley in a heated men's soccer matchup between Chandler Gilbert Community College and Glendale Community College. This is a game that both teams really want to win, but for Glendale Community College and their head coach Jeff Perry, it's more than just a soccer game tonight. It's not just about also developing his players as soccer players, but it's also
Hey guys, Vince here from the Varsity Sports Show. Nothing beats a hometown touchdown, on the field and on the table. Join us at Zips or Goldie's, where families, friends, and teams come together for great food. They make everything fresh, like their hearty burgers or irresistible focaccias. The restaurants are family friendly with a huge menu and plenty of seating. Goldie's Sports Cafe is in Scottsdale at Via Linda and Mountain View Road, and Zips Sports Grill has 14 Valley locations. Come hungry, see you soon at Zips or Goldie's.
This is J.R. Lambright, special field correspondent for the Varsity Sports Show, coming to you from the wilds of deep East Texas. Some of you may remember me from a few years back when I did a radio segment for the Varsity Sports Show called J.R.'s Texas Tales. This season, however, we're going to talk about the phenomenon that's sometimes pursued with religious fervor called high school football in Texas. Stay tuned. We'll see each other around.
Hello, I'm Tomas Perez reporting with the Varsity Sports Show, bringing you the latest on Catholic high school sports. At Bourget Catholic High School, football is more than a game. It's faith in action, brotherhood in motion, and a community united under Friday night lights. Here's how the Golden Eagles are building champions on the field and for life. At Bourget Catholic, football is more than just a scoreboard. The team sets goals that go beyond the game, growing in their brotherhood, becoming good stewards of the gospel, and preparing for life after high school. Coaches remind athletes that their talents are gifts from God, meant to be used for His glory, and the Catholic mission guides everything they do, helping each player discover and develop his God-given potential. Discipline is at the core, teaching time management, balance in academics, athletics, and prayer. On the field, lessons of preparation, teamwork, and facing adversity are built to last far beyond football. Sportsmanship is rooted in the Catholic tradition, love for God, for others, and for the game. Friday nights bring the community together, uniting families, parish, and school in prayer and support. Priests, sisters, and school leaders walk alongside the team, leading Mass, offering guidance, and encouraging the athletes every step of the way. And before each game, players are reminded why they are here, to honor the sacrifices made for them, and to glorify God in everything they do. At Bourget Catholic, football is more than a sport. It's faith, family, and love for the game. Reporting with Varsity Sports Show, I'm Tomas Perez.
I'm Marla Mundo with the Varsity Sports Show. Last week, Clayton Kershaw announced his decision to retire at the end of the 2025 MLB season. Kershaw is arguably one of the best starting pitchers in Dodgers history, alongside Don Drysdale and Sandy Koufax. He is the longest tenured Dodger ever, as he's played since his debut in 2008. Kershaw was drafted 7th overall in the 2006 MLB draft, where he went on to play for the Dodgers farming system for just one season.
On the mound at Dodger Stadium. And he strikes out Rafael Devers.
Kershaw has won 222 games in 18 seasons. His win-loss percentage is .698, the highest among pitchers all time with 300 or more starts. He is one of 3 active players to have won over 200 games. With over 3,000 strikeouts, Kershaw is just the 20th pitcher to reach the mark, with over the 4th lefty to do so. Kershaw is only behind Holt Wilhelm and lowest career ERA in the live ball era. Kershaw is a 2-time World Series champion, with wins in 2020 and most recently 2024. He is an 11-time All-Star and a 3-time Cy Young Award winner. He was the 2011 Triple Crown winner, meaning he led the league in wins, strikeouts, and ERA. That same year, he won the Golden Glove for Best Fielder.
A curveball kisses the sky.
Kershaw pitched a no-hitter on June 18, 2014, the 22nd Dodger to do so. Kershaw is likely to enter the Hall of Fame as a first ballot candidate. Kershaw has been so consistent and such a successful pitcher in this new era of high-powered offenses. I'm Marlon Mundo with the Varsity Sports Show, signing out.
And welcome back here to Central High School, where we have some more Friday evening action, or should I say Friday night now, between the Red Mountain Lions and the Brophy Prep Broncos. And Brophy's up 13-0 here to start the half, but the Mountain Lions will receive the kick as the kick rolls into the end zone. This Mountain Lions offense will come back. I'm Jacob Noldy here with Jesse Davis back here for Varsity Sports Show, and really a good first half there for Brophy and this Broncos team overall. Offense, defense, special teams, everything. What is sort of the message you are if you were coach here coming out for this Broncos team?
Yeah, I think if you're your head coach Jason Jewell, you're just preaching to your guys, be able to do that for another half of football, right? They pretty much played a very clean and complimentary half of football. They're up 13 to nothing, so I would just say keep doing the fundamentals right, battling hard, winning your one-on-one matchups, and playing as a team.
Yeah, I couldn't said any better there here as this Mountain Lions offense come back out here with Caleb Joe in at quarterback once again. Line up in the shotgun here. Has the pass out left, has a man, has some blockers, gets past one, gets past another, and is going to tackle down, but will get the first down there. That's going to be number 6 there, Arian Wyndham, for this Mountain Lion offense. Great play design there.
Yeah, Jacob, and I think the big thing for Brophy is Vanden Bosch and his ability to use his legs in the first half, right? He had that rushing touchdown on 4th and goal, and he's really been a factor for the Broncos running the football.
Yeah, as Joe takes the handoff here, keeps it. He's met by a defender in the backfield, but makes something out of nothing there, and it gets about 3 or 4. But yeah, back to where you were saying there on Vanden Bosch, really just took over that game for, or that first half, I should say, for this Broncos offense. Really, that one fourth down play, really making it out of the bobble snap and getting that touchdown there, just really propelled this offense and whole team entirely.
Yeah, he looked really confident getting the play calls in, delivering, and finding a way to propel the offense down the field.
Yeah, so as Mountain Lions continue with the ball, as Joe takes a snap and hands it off, but is immediately blown up. That'll be Darius Ports there on the carry, but gets immediately met by another defender of this Broncos defense. It's going to set up 3rd and long.
And really, the story of the game was that 4th and goal, and then you had that interception thrown by Joe that gave the Broncos good field position. They were only able to get a field goal out of it, but really, those were 2 big plays as well, with Red Mountain going for it their own on 4th down and not being able to get it. So 4th down, of course, is a crucial place in the game.
Yeah, as Joe takes a snap here, looking deep, looking for his man, and it's going to be incomplete. Was looking there for Arian Wyndham there on the deep pass there. But yeah, back to what you were saying though about those 2 mistakes. Those 2 mistakes proved really crucial in both that turnover and not getting that stop on 4th and goal. And against a Brophy team like this, where they're dominant on all sides, you're not going to want to make any mistakes. So really, just those 2 big mistakes that ultimately put them in this hole. But obviously, besides the mistakes, this Broncos defense looks amazing yet again.
And that's a tough one there from Joe. You had the receiver, Wyndham, open down the seam. The fender looked like he got away with a little push. And it looked like it hit Wyndham right in the hands, but not able to make the play.
Yeah, so Mountain Lions here will punt it deep to this Broncos offense again and have a fair catch just outside the 30. We'll mark them down at the 28. So we'll see what we were talking about our guy earlier there, Vanden Bosch, coming back out for this offense, as well as really Chambers, his running back, Harrison Chambers. Just them two have really been tearing up that Mountain Lion defense.
And this Brophy offense, talk about the receivers. Dalen Sharper, son of 5-time Pro Bowler safety Darren Sharper. And you have, of course, Devin Fitzgerald, son of 11-time Pro Bowler Larry Fitzgerald. And Donovan McNabb Jr., son of Donovan McNabb, longtime Philadelphia Eagles quarterback.
Yeah, and speaking of Sharper, he gets a great catch here and runs, and it's going to get him a first down. And yeah, this team really just built around NFL legacies, really, and something you kind of look for. And right there, as we saw there, Sharper making the good catch and run there with the convoy.
Yeah, it just gives you such a great perspective having that in your background, and you know what kind of conversations I can only imagine that they have about football and the way to attack the game.
Yes, Vanden Bosch will hand it up here to the middle, up for Chambers. It's getting about 3 or 4 yards on the carry. And this Broncos offense really just looking to get another drive going. Another score here A long drive coming up would definitely put some more pressure on this Mountain Lions team. So big drive coming up, but more of that same formation we saw all first half. We see it again here in the second half with Chambers and Vanderbosch in the backfield. So keeps it working. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. As Vanderbosch looking to his left, has Sharper out of the backfield, but is immediately met by 2 defenders. So whether it's a run or a catch, he's still getting Chambers involved.
Play recognition there from Vandenbosch, getting the ball out quick to Chambers in the flat. It will pick up 8 yards.
Yeah.
Third down and short.
Yeah, third and short coming up here early, and looks like we're gonna have a whistle. Not a timeout, but looks like maybe a subbing issue. So Fitzgerald will come out of the game.
Equipment substitution.
Looks like it's going to be an equipment substitution. So John Krotowski's going to come in for Fitzgerald there. And it'll be third and short coming up here on their own 48 as we eclipse under 10 minutes left in this third quarter. Van Bosch lines in the backfield and takes a snap and keeps the ball. And it's going to be just short of the first down. They're going to mark him about a yard short. So 4th down and 1 looks like it's going to be right at midfield. So big decision coming up here if you're Coach Jewell.
Yeah, it looks like they're
No game. 4th down.
Looks like they're going to bring some extra bodies out on the field to go for it.
Yeah, looks like they are going to go for it here.
Number 81.
Oh, no. Actually, looks like it's going to punt. So from the looks of it right now, looks like they are going to punt the ball and give it back to this Mountain Lions offense. Really surprised here, though, by Coach Jewell. I think he would be able to go for that there. 4th and short at the 50-yard line. You got a great running back, but Coach definitely knows more than we do. So punt here for this team, and it's going to be a great stop there for this Broncos return team. That's going to be number 26 on the tackle there for this Broncos team. It's going to be Scout Kinkle. So great coverage there from the Broncos punt team, and we'll see this Mountain Lion team for the second time this half.
Kinkle getting downfield in a hurry, making that play, not allowing the returner
at the 14.
Not allowing the returner Cornett any room. And I think what goes into that decision is your defense has played so well, right? You're pitching a shutout right now. Why not put them out there and try to get them to answer the bell one more time?
Exactly here. As Joe hands out the middle, he has a big, wide open hole. He's going to keep going. He has no one in front of him. Down to the 30. He has a man chasing him. He's tackled past the 25 down to about the 24-yard line. That's number 15 there for this team, and that's going to be Darius Courts.
Touchdown saving tackle there. Cornerback Deshaun Crane. And a big play chasing down.
Yeah, biggest play so far in this game for this Mountain Lions offense, and they're looking to go hurry up to keep going. As Joe takes a snap, looks right, has a man, and is going to be immediately swarmed to be a loss here. But like I said, huge play there for the Mountain Lions offense, just to get anything going as they embark inside the 30-yard line of this Broncos team.
Yeah, and for Crine, just the hustle, right? It's not only a touchdown saving tackle, but it shows up on the film, being able to hawk down the running back. That's kind of the big play that Red Mountain was missing. Had the couple short plays in the first half, but really nothing of substantial yardage. It's a big-time play there as they're now knocking on the door.
Yeah, and Joe will take the snap here, hand it off to the right side, and just nothing there, completely blown up by that Broncos trench. So 2 quick plays and brings up 3rd and long here after that amazing run there from that Mountain Lions offense. So great run, but now you're back in the hole. So what's the play call here for this Mountain Lions?
Well, it's going to be 3rd down, 3rd and long. Expect some crossing patterns, I would say, in the middle of the field. Maybe a little goal ball on the far hash. Just 50-50 ball. Give your guy a chance.
Yeah, we'll see what Coach Enders has in plan here as Joe takes the snap, looking right, has some pressure on his left, throws it out of bounds and incomplete. So after that amazing run there from Courts, well, we do have a late flag actually. So holding on the offense not going to matter. So it looks like it will bring up 4th down, but like I was saying, that big run from Courts and just two plays following for a loss and that third incomplete is just ultimately brought up 4th down. So it looks like where it looked like the team they had something going, immediately got shut down.
Penalties declined. Result of play is an incomplete pass.
Red Mountain going to decline that holding penalty to make it 4th down. Or should I say Brophy, as the Mountain Lions trotting out their field goal unit, trying to put their first points on the board.
Yeah,
and cut into this lead.
Big spot here for this Mountain Lions special teams. They need to get some points on the board at this point as we're about to hit halfway through this 3rd quarter. And the snap is good. Kick is up, and it is going to be no good wide left. So nothing there for the Mountain Lions team. Number 37, Desmond McCarthy on the kick. Doesn't get it to go. So great explosive run. Ultimately, those 2 plays for a loss, and then that incompletion results in nothing, and we're right back to where we started, Jesse.
And you have to feel it's a tough spot, right? You get the field goal opportunity, you don't make it, but you like what you did offensively on that drive. You had that big run play that got you down in between the 25 and the 20-yard line, and you're not able to come away with points, which is unfortunate, especially in a game that points have been hard to come by. Is still 13-0 lead, but at least you're able to see, if you're Coach Kyle Enders, that you're able to stretch the field.
Yeah, so we'll see Vanden Bosch come back out, similar formation with Chambers on his right. Vanden Bosch takes a snap, hands it off to Chambers. Going on the left side, it's going to be immediately met, but gets a decent gain of about 4 or 5 on that play.
Harrison Chambers with a carry. Wrapped up by
So the
And
Broncos.
it would be my guess that we see a lot of Harrison Chambers here in the second half, especially with this lead. You want to run the ball, take off as much time on the clock.
Yeah, it seems to be this Broncos offense is really just taking their time, playing with the lead, playing with the clock is on their side, and that's exactly what you want. Win is a win against a tough opponent. So Vanden Bosch will line up here in the shotgun. Chambers to his left, 2 out wide to his right, 1 on his left, takes a snap, looks to his right, and is too far out of the reach there for Chambers, incomplete. So it's going to bring up 3rd down and 5 here.
And one thing to note, Jacob, that I think's been a factor for both of these teams is the amount of pressure these quarterbacks are facing in Joe and Vanden Bosch. They're not having a lot of time to sit back and read the defense and decipher where they want to go with the football. It's a quick 2-3 step drop and get the ball out.
Yeah, so Vanden Bosch takes snaps here, looks over the middle, has a receiver. It's Fitzgerald. It's caught, and he's going to be immediately tackled right after. Good tackle there by the defender, but we got a late flag. So for now, it looks like it's a 1st down, but pending the flag, so we'll wait for that call there.
And of course, just as I talk about protection, Vanden Bosch has a couple seconds and is able to find Fitzgerald in the middle of the field. But that's really been the story, right? Is these offensive lines not being able to hold up against these defensive fronts. And in a game like this, that's so much of a defensive game where points are hard to come by, it's important to be able to protect your run game and your quarterback.
Yeah, exactly. So it looks like the flag is going to go on this Broncos offense. So erase that catch there from Fitzgerald and back them up even more. Bring up a 3rd and 17 deep into their own territory. As just under 6 minutes left to play in the 2nd quarter. And we'll see what the Broncos offense draws up here as we have Vanden Bosch and Chambers in the backfield yet again for this Brophy team. And he takes a snap, rolling out to his right, looking for anybody. Looking for somebody, still has nothing, is going to take off with it, and is going to go upfield and is going to get back to where they really started, maybe back to the line of scrimmage originally. So it's going to bring up 4th down, and we'll see this punt team come out.
Good coverage on the back end for Red Mountain. Corners blocking down all of Vanden Bosch's targets. Nothing open. Scampers for a couple yards, but good job holding up.
Yeah, really good job there. So really just like I said, this Red Mountain team's defense has been, besides those 2 scores where they've already, where this Brophy team started in good position, they've been playing pretty good defense, but obviously the offense has been shut down. Had to get a punt here, gets a running start, makes a spin move on the left side, has a few blockers, and it's going to get out of bounds deep into the territory, but we get a late flag, I believe, unless that was something on the sideline.
And how about Tyree Cornett for Red Mountain?
26-yard punt.
Yeah, really putting on right now for the special teams unit, trying his best to get anything to get set up and deep into the territory.
Yeah, it seems like every time he gets a kick or punt, he's taking it for positive yardage, and that's important, especially when your offense is struggling, to be able to get a solid return and set yourself up with a short field to be able to take advantage.
Yeah, so looks like there's also going to be a penalty on the Broncos kicking team, so that's going to move them up even further. So really great field position here for this Mountain Lions offense, and it feels like it's now or never for this offense now.
Feels like they just had a turnover on downs. The ball didn't really move from the punt and the penalty.
Exactly, back to where they were at the line of scrimmage. So this Mountain Lions team is going to set up 1st and 10 on the 17, looking to cash in, get their first points of the night. And no spot bigger to do it than right now. So Cole line up in the backfield, or Joe lines up, takes a shot deep to his left, and it's going to be overthrown out of bounds. So 2nd and 10 coming up here. That shot was intended for number 1 Cole Edmonds there. King Robinson.
Yeah, and the safety, James Pike, coming over to help on the back end in double coverage.
Yeah.
See if they go to another fade ball.
Yeah, when probably the only second deep shot we've seen in this entire game. So Joe really trying to get that pass game going for this team, but it's going to bring up 2nd and 10 here, as we'll have the motion man here. Joe's going to fake the handoff. He's going to give the handoff, but it's going to immediately be met by more defenders. Another loss of yardage there for this Mountain Lion offense.
And the speed by both of these defenses. I mean, you talk about running to the football, and there's nothing happening laterally for any of these offenses. It seems like every play that gets positive yardage is north-south. Really hard to stretch the field.
Yeah, big 3rd down coming up. Crowd's getting into it. 3rd and 11 here coming up from the 18. Joe will take the snap, looks to his right, and is going to throw it on his check down and out of bounds. Not enough for the 1st down, but I think if you're they're actually looks like they're going to trot the field goal unit out. So minimal gain there, not a 1st down, but points are points here for this Mountain Lions offense, and looks like they're going to take it here.
Yeah, it'll be a 35-yard field goal attempt.
Yep, Chase Pitzer here for the kick. This team already missed one. Snap is good, field goal is up, and it is going to be good. So 1st points of the night for this Mountain Lions team, and it brings our game 13-3, still not over.
No, still not over. Lots of time left. But this is going to be, how are the Broncos able to respond on this drive? Still up by 10, but so far this half, I feel like it's been all Red Mountain. Those second halftime adjustments have been showing so far. I know they would have liked to find touchdowns on both of those drives. You had the missed kick and then able to cash in for your first points of the game, but we'll see how Jason Jewell and company respond with the drive of their own.
Yeah, big drive coming up, like you said, for this Brophy team. Really just trying to look like they did that 1st half and getting points here. So we'll have to see how they respond. But if you're this Brophy team, you're still up by 10. The clock is on your side. We're just over 3 minutes left to play in this 3rd quarter, so time is definitely coming down. But I think if you're this Broncos team, the last thing you want is a turnover. And we'll get ready for the kickoff here to the Broncos from the Mountain Lions. And it looks like it's going to go out of the end zone, so touchback here. And then we'll have Vandenbosch come back out here for this Broncos offense. And really big drive coming up here for this Broncos team.
Yeah, really big drive. Looking at running the football. And you know that Red Mountain's going to expect you to run it. It's going to be, how are you able to gain positive yards and stay ahead of the sticks, right? That's so important in the game of football, being able to stay ahead of schedule and get get positive yardage on first and second down to set yourself up for a clean third down play where it's third and manageable. And now for the Broncos, up by 10, looking to drown out some of this clock as we head to the fourth quarter.
Yeah, looking to do so here as we get the same formation. Vanden Bosch here in the shotgun, takes a snap, fakes the handoff, passes outside here. Number 7, confident touchdown. He's going to keep going, and it has no one in front of him. Has one man to beat, and is going to be tackled just past the 25-yard line. It's going to be number 7 there, Jason Kubica for the catch and reception.
How about Jason Kubica? Believe his second reception of the game. Takes it on the short side for a big gain, nearly 50 yards.
Yeah, and they're going hurry up here too for this Broncos offense as Vanden Bosch passes outside yet again to Kubica. So big gain there from Kubica, gets the ball right back, but huge play there for this team. As we look like we have a few whistles here.
That was Brophy's splash play. We saw Red Mountain had one on their last drive, and just what the doctor had ordered for the Broncos.
Yeah.
In the red zone once more.
Yeah, huge play there. Really just to apply more pressure. It seemed Red Mountain had some slimmer of hope into this game, and the Broncos just answered right back with that huge pass play deep into the territory. So it's going to bring up, looks like we had a call here.
Substitution infraction against.
Yeah, so it's going to be a substitution infraction on this Mountain Lions defense. So it's going to set up 1st and 10 for this Brophy offense and looking to cash in some more points.
Interested to see
5-yard penalty
how they choose
play off the books
to execute their plan of attack. Because that screen might be an option here with the throwing windows becoming tighter and tighter.
Exactly, yep. As Vanden Bosch lines up here, the 1st and 5, on the 17 of the Mountain Lions. So looking to cash in here as just about to hit 2:30 mark here in the third quarter. Vanden Bosch here in the shotgun. Takes a snap, is going to keep it in his zone. Has it up the middle. It's going to be met by a few defenders, and it's going to get a little push towards the end. Going to get about 4 on that one, so bring up 2nd and short.
And you kind of feel like this is the game, right, Jacob? I mean, it's 13-3, but Brophy gets the touchdown. They're up by 17. That's a 3-score game. Yeah. So this could very well be the knockout punch for the Broncos. Still lots of game left, but you really feel like a 3-score game in a game like this, playing good defense, that should be enough.
Yeah.
So a huge possession. I mean, this is, for Red Mountain, you have to be able to stand here and only hold them to a field goal.
Yeah, huge possession, especially how Red Mountain's offense has been playing. As he takes a snap, looks deep, forward the pass, and is going to be incomplete, broken up there in the end zone. Trying to target Kubica there again. Really just been all over this drive and with that long reception and the one before that. So Vanden Bosch looking to get Kubica in the end zone, but it's going to bring up 3rd and short. I think you have the ability to kind of throw it deep there at 2nd and 1. You can just run it up here. So we'll see what the Broncos offense does as Vanden Bosch lines up in the backfield yet again with Chambers on his right. I think we all know what we're expecting here, but never know with the play call. So Vanden Bosch will line up here, 3rd and 1. Big spot here.
Trips right.
Oh, looks like we're going to have a whistle beforehand. Oh, so big penalty here on the Broncos. False start. It's going to move them back to 3rd and 6. So no longer 3rd and short. Kind of takes away that run play for this Broncos offense. We're going to have another whistle here. There's been a lot of whistles going on in this drive so far. Maybe a spotting-ish issue.
I'm not really sure what the conversation is about.
Yeah, it could have been like a spotting issue, but we're all set now. 3rd and 6 coming up. 1 minute and 41 seconds left to play in this third quarter. Big spot here for both sides. Vanden Bosch in the backfield with Chambers to his right. Takes a snap. Looks deep for Fitzgerald. And it's going to be... Looks like it's going to be picked off. Huge play there for this Mountain Lions defense.
Mountain Lion interception. Number 41 guard.
Wow, what a play there. Fitzgerald
Yeah, number 41 there, guard Lyles.
into double coverage. Looks like Lyles is the one that's on the turf.
Yeah, but huge interception from Lyles trying to throw it to Fitzgerald. We talked about Fitzgerald, one of the top leaders for this team, and covered double coverage there. And ultimately, the first mistake we've really seen from Vanden Bosch all night, and it's a costly one.
Yeah, you like to stay aggressive in that spot, but always a tough play in double coverage. And a huge, huge stop from Red Mountain. Keeps them within striking distance. And their defense making a big play.
Yeah, so we talked about that possibility of being the knockout punch for this upcoming drive, and now they come away with nothing. So 10-point game with still an entire quarter to play. So huge play there for this Mountain Lions team. And so Caleb Joe's going to come back out for this offense and look to illustrate a huge drive and be 1st and 10 at their own 20.
Yeah, this is a gotta-have-it drive right now for Coach Kyle Anders and Red Mountain. Long field, but got to be able to respond and put some points on the board.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to have Tyree Cornett at quarterback here. It looks like a little Wildcat style coming up out of this for this possession for the Mountain Lions. So Cornett here in the backfield takes the snap, fakes the handoff, keeps it, goes to his right, has a few defenders to get out of the way, but is not going to get anything. So we'll say a gain about maybe 1 there on the carry, or maybe we'll say 2 or 3 actually. So Cornett lining up in the Wildcat, and Joe's going to come back out here for this Mountain Lion team.
Yeah, try to switch it up, give Brophy another look offensively. See what's open via the Wildcat, but again, East and West running the football just has been not working out for either of these teams so far tonight.
And it looks like we're going to have a timeout here for an injury, so give us more of a chance to talk about what we've seen so far in this game. But I think the highlight of it has been 2 premier teams coming into this, and it's really just been a slugfest overall.
Yeah, once again, as we said in the top of the show, 2 amazing coach teams. Broncos head coach Jason Jewell and Red Mountain Lions head coach Kyle Enders. They've put together a great game plan. It was the Broncos that went up big early, 13-0 at the half, but really right now, this game is very much in the balance. You just had that pick from Vanden Bosch, big play from the Mountain Lions defense, and now their offense with Joe, who really hasn't been able to establish the aerial attack. See if they can try to get something cooking.
That's exactly right here. So Joe's going to come back out here for the 2nd down and 6 play on their own 24. Just about to hit the 1-minute mark left in this 3rd quarter as he takes the handoff. Big hole there for this Red Mountain Lions team. It's going to be number 15, Darius Quartz. He's been all over the ground so far for this Mountain Lions offense.
Darius Quartz with the carry, tackled by Ryder.
Yeah, Quartz exploiting that middle of the field. Trying to see if they go back to that inside zone.
Yeah, they're getting a lot of room up in the open as Joe takes a snap, looks to his left, is going to keep it. Looking for Quartz for a second, but it's going to be brought down for a sack. And that's going to be number 55 for this Broncos defense. Huge sack there, and that's going to be number 55, Andreas Tumlian. Big sack there.
Yeah, it's a huge play. Looked like a little bit of indecisiveness from Joe in the backfield. Had his running back a couple steps out in front. Didn't want to pitch it off and instead took the loss.
Yeah, loss of 5 on that play there, so sets up a 2nd and 15. We're going to run a play here, probably the last play of the quarter. Looking deep, has a man caught over the middle, and is going to be brought down just past the 50 into Bronco territory. That's going to be number 6 there for this team, Arian Windham. Big play to end the quarter there for this Mountain Lion offense, and it's really starting to feel like the tide is shifting with the quarter to play here.
And Joe had a lot of time back there in the pocket on that throw to Wyndham. And really, they haven't kind of stretched it out as far as formation-wise in the shotgun. Either of these teams passing the football.
Yeah, we're going to send it down here to Dane, our field correspondent, for a little game update here. Thank you, Dane, for that update there. As we come back here for some fourth quarter action. 13-3 our score here. Broncos were up 13-0 coming into the half. After two big plays there and a field goal from this Mountain Lions offense, they're marching down the field yet again, and going to take their first snap of the fourth quarter here in their own in Bronco territory. Taking a shot deep, has a man, but it's going to be incomplete. Was looking there for number 2. It's going to be for King Robinson, but faced some pressure there towards the end. But 2nd and 10 coming up.
Caleb Joe able to unload for a deep ball. Had just enough time to step into it. Fortunately, led his receiver too far outside of the field. That one was not catchable.
Joe lines up here, takes the snap, going to keep it. It's going to gain about 3 or 4 on that play, and it's going to bring up 3rd down. So after that humongous play to end the half to Wyndham, you're going to face a big 3rd down here. And I have to believe it's got to be 4th down territory here if you're this Mountain Lions offense.
Absolutely, I agree. With it being in the fourth quarter, every possession matters. You feel like you're only going to get maybe 2 or 3 more after this one.
Big play coming up here. Joe in the shotgun takes the snap, fakes the handout outright, looking for a man deep, has a man, it's Wyndham, and Wyndham catches it, and it's going to be brought down inside the 5. Great play design there from Joe, and a better catch there from Wyndham to set up this Mountain Lions offense 1st and goal.
Arian Wyndham, holy smokes. What a pass from Joe, putting it right in the breadbasket. I don't think you could have handled that ball any better.
Great pass, great play design. That fake pitch out definitely hesitated the deep safeties for at least a second for Wyndham to get the extra step on them and set up this 1st down and goal. And it's going to be 1st and goal at the 3-yard line. So looking to take the snap. Wildcat position, goes up the middle, and they're going to mark him. Left judge says just short, and looks like he's going to be marking him just short. And that was number 3 there. Kai Jackson on the Wildcat there. And it looks like they're going to go hurry up here too. Hurry up here on the 1-yard line, looks like. And it's going to punch in, and is it going to give it to him? It's close. No ruling yet, no sign yet. Looks like they're going to mark it just short one more time. So 3rd down coming up from about the half-yard line. Oh.
Touchdown.
So late call there, but they're going to call it a touchdown. So touchdown Mountain Lions has now turned this game into a 4-point game for now and possibly a 3-point one. Really late call there though, Jesse, for that touchdown.
Yeah, both side judges coming in, looking at that spot for that football and looked at each other. Initially, looked like the close side judge ruled that he was down a half yard, like you said, short, but they do get the touchdown, and now it's a 13-9 ball game with the extra point looming.
Yep, and the extra point is up, and it is good. So 10-13 our score here. Back-to-back scoring drives for this Mountain Lions team has just set them up for a a fantastic finish and another drive coming up for the Broncos offense where they really need to capitalize on.
10 straight unanswered points from Red Mountain, and message delivered, right? You find yourself in a hole at halftime, trying to work your way out of it. Well, now it's a 3-point ball game, like you just said, Jacob. Everything's still wide on the table now. The momentum has shifted over to Red Mountain.
Yeah, just over 10 minutes left in the game, and just last quarter we were talking about the knockout punch for this Broncos team, and really that interception thrown by Vanden Bosch towards Fitzgerald really just turned the tide of this game. So now all the momentum has to be with the Mountain Lions coming back on defense.
Yeah, and that drive that was the game, right? They score there, and again, 17-point game, 3 possessions. But no, Red Mountain picks it off. They get the ball. They score. Now it's a ball game.
Yeah, and really that last drive, Wyndham to end the quarter, that big gain to get him to midfield, and then that big gain to get him inside the 5, really just changed the tide of this game and shifted all the momentum over there. So we'll have to see if this defense can continue to hold Brophy down. But just over 10 minutes left to play, still a lot of time in this ball game, but definitely a big drive coming up.
And Wyndham coming into this game just had 7 receptions in 4 games, and believe that was his 3rd of the game. So already almost half of what he had.
As the Mountain Lions booted into the back of the end zone, and we will see the Brophy offense with Vanden Bosch come back out, and we'll be 1st and 10 here at the 20. So big drive coming up. But I think if you're this Brophy offense and you have Vanden Bosch and a great running back like Chambers, I think you just have to utilize that and get this drive going.
For sure. You got to take care of the football, though. Football protection of the utmost importance for Brophy right now. You can't give up a turnover, especially in a 1-score game.
Yeah, exactly. A turnover here would be crucial. Every turnover we've seen this game has literally led to points for the other squad. So big drive coming up here as the handoff goes to Chambers up the middle. He's going to gain about 4 or 5.
Harrison Chambers, the ball carrier.
You felt like that touchdown from Wyndham gave Red Mountain an extra set of confidence, playing with a lot more speed and flying around to the football.
Yeah, just like I said, big momentum change. It's no longer a 2-score game, and you're only down by 3, and there's still so much time on that clock. So very obviously going to be a lot of momentum for that team. So, but we'll see how Brophy responds as Vanden Bosch takes a snap in the shotgun, looking to his left, has Fitzgerald, tries to make a man miss, but is quickly swallowed up by others. So it's going to bring up, looks like it's going to be a 1st down. So big catch there for Fitzgerald, and I think that's one of the keys. Got to get him going, especially with a tight game like this.
Yeah, never a bad option to get Fitzgerald the ball out in space. Makes a tackler miss.
Vanden Bosch takes the snaps, freed option. Really nothing there, though, from him or Chambers. Really just blown up by that Mountain Lion defensive line.
Bosch with the quarterback keeper. Tackled by number 29, Elijah. We have 2, 2nd and 8. 30.
So it's going to bring up 2nd and 8 here for this Broncos offense. Vanden Bosch looking to the sideline, looking for the play call change. Just under 9 minutes left to play here. Time is a factor on both sides. As Vanden Bosch takes a snap, shotgun pressured, and is going to just get the ball out now in time to avoid the sack. And it's going to bring up 3rd and long. But really good pocket presence there from Vanden Bosch to get rid of that ball and not take a sack in that position.
Yeah, he felt the pressure coming up the middle from 66 of Red Mountain and able to get the ball out, avoid the sack. But now it's 3rd down, 3rd and long. Or what the play call is drawn up here.
3rd and long coming up. Vanden Bosch takes the snap, looks to his left, has Fitzgerald, has a man of blockers, makes one move, makes another move, has nobody left in front of him, and is going to take it all the way for a touchdown. We talked about him not getting involved, and he just takes it. He gets involved, and he does more. What a play there.
A 68-yard touchdown for Devin Fitzgerald has blown the game wide open for Brophy. Now 19-10, extra point to put them up 20-10, and what a job, man. I mean, just elusive out there in the open field. Just such a hard guy to bring down. Pull out the stiff arm on the first defender, and away he went. And a guy like that, you got to take him down right away. Easier said than done, but as we see when he gets open, so explosive.
Yeah, looking just like his dad, who's in the crowd here tonight. And like we said before, just matter of time before he got going, and he got going right there at the right perfect time. Huge play there from that Brophy offense. Puts them up 20-10, just over 8 minutes left to play in this fourth quarter.
And what better mentor than your dad, right?
Exactly.
Larry Fitzgerald.
Larry Fitzgerald.
You know, just second all-time in receiving yards, trailing Jerry Rice, and had more tackles than drops in his career. Just ridiculous stuff. One of the all-time greats.
Yeah, it really is one of the all-time greats, and his son looking to fill those shoes as well and really make it known. Already the Notre Dame commit, next season senior right now, really putting up big yards. He's already coming off of that game last week where he had 14 catches for 234 yards to go with 3 touchdowns, and adding another touchdown to his resume tonight, and already over 100 yards on the night. So just an all-around great player, you know, as that Brophy kicks it off out of bounds. So it should bring the ball out even closer, but still over 8 minutes left to play in this game for this Mountain Lions team, and it's not necessarily over yet, but you're definitely going to need to get something going early on this drive.
Yeah, that was a huge response from Brophy, and a big-time one, right? Because Red Mountain at that point, still 3-point game. Anything can happen, but now still got a lot of work to do with 8 minutes and 19 seconds left, down by 2 possessions.
Yeah, so a big drive coming up here for this Mountain Lions offense, and if you're this Mountain Lions offense, you got to just brush off that touchdown there, and you got to just answer right back. They're coming off that great drive there, led by their receiver in Arian Wyndham, and you just got to get him going, but you got to go fast. So we'll see how they respond here as Joe lines up here in the shotgun, empty backfield, 3 out wide to his left, 1 out right to his right. Takes a snap, looks to his right, rolls left, has a late flag, makes a pass, and is intercepted by Brophy. Interception there, so not what you want if you're Caleb Joe, but barring the flag, we'll see what the call is. Looked like it had to do something with the block.
What a job from Ryder Noche, and he's pumped up. So is the Brophy crowd, and not really sure what happened on that play, Jacob.
Yeah, it looks like
Joe rolling out and just threw it right to Noche. There wasn't a receiver in the area.
Yeah, no one there. Flag on the play, but looks like it is going to go against the Mountain Lions. So, as we talked about, the Mountain Lions really gaining momentum back, followed by that Devin Fitzgerald long touchdown, now an interception. Their momentum is just suddenly gone.
Yeah, that's a tough break there for Red Mountain, because now Brophy, the ball on the 40-yard line, up by a couple scores, just has to drown out this clock, and they'll be looking to do that with the run game. Chambers playing a big role.
Yeah, honest, big interception there. And as this Brophy team is now set up deep into Mountain Lion territory, so we'll see how they can take advantage of that field position. And I think a score here, a touchdown for sure, would definitely be the dagger, going up 17 late in the fourth. So big drive coming up, obviously not over yet. Both teams throwing interceptions, both teams with turnovers. You see how that can be big. So as Vanden Bosch lines up here with the snap, gets a rush, feels a rush, and is going to go down at the 52-yard line. So sack there from the Mountain Lions, and sets up a 2nd and long coming up.
Well, that's the right way to start for the Mountain Lions, pushing Brophy back outside of field goal range.
2nd and 18.
This would be huge, just limiting the damage, getting the ball back. As you know, time is of the essence.
Yeah, it really is. Time is of the essence here, as we're about to hit the 7:30 mark on this fourth quarter, and Van den Bosch will take the snap here soon, and they're just over midfield, and it'll be 2nd and 18 coming up. So we'll see what the Broncos offense does here. We get a whistle right before the snap. We got some flags.
That'll be
Delay of game.
delay of game.
So not what you want to see there either. Backing them up even more. It's going to be 2nd and 23 coming up. If you're this Broncos offense, you don't want to make penalties right now. You don't want to make mistakes. This game still isn't out of reach necessarily. And the last thing you want to do is shoot yourself in the foot when it comes down to this.
Yeah, now Red Mountain, you got them backed up. The last thing you want to do is leave your foot off the gas.
As Van den Bosch takes a snap, fakes the handoff, it's going to keep it, goes up the middle. It's going to be met by a swarm of tacklers, so fakes the handoff there, run that read option again with Chambers. Gets a decent amount of yardage back, but it's going to set up a 3rd and long.
3rd and long, look for Red Mountain to back off in coverage, give a little cushion for each receiver, about probably 5 to 10 yards. Safety's going to double back and look for a pass rush that's going to be trying to contain the edge and not let Van den Bosch outside.
Under 7 minutes left to play in this fourth quarter. 3rd and 17 coming up. Van den Bosch takes the snap, stays in the pocket, looks to his left, looks deep, has a man wide open over the middle, past one defender, and gets tackled after that. That's going to be number 7 there, Jason Kubica. Big catch and run there for this Brophy offense. Sets him up 1st down and deep into Mountain Lion territory.
Jason Kubica really having himself a game here tonight with another clutch grab for Brophy.
So sets up 1st and 10 here on the 17. Just about to hit the 6-minute mark on this fourth quarter. And Brophy's looking to cash in here and ultimately put this one away as Van den Bosch takes a snap. It's a keeper. He has a convoy, but is going to be tackled down for about a gain of 8 or 9. So 2nd and short coming up here. Under 6 minutes left to play. And this Mountain Lions defense is on its heels.
Timeout.
We're going to get a timeout here for the Mountain Lions. So looking to preserve as much clock as they get, but they're going to need to stop first. So overall, just this game from start to finish, it started ugly. And as the game went on, we're just seeing more and more offense come to life for both sides. But I think we're at a point now to where Brophy just made one, two, or many more plays, better plays than this Mountain Lion team.
Yeah, and the first half was really all defense. There wasn't a lot of chunk plays. It was long drives, short passes, trying to get the run game going, trying to establish an identity offensively for both of these teams. And right now in the second half, you've seen these offenses really been able to stretch the field, right? Especially over the middle, those crossing routes and deep routes down the field, finding the receivers, and it's been effective for both of these football teams.
Yeah, it really has been. Just game has just really been flipped on all sides. We really didn't know coming into this game whether the great defense of these Mountain Lions and Red Mountain and explosive offense in Brophy, and as the game goes on, we're starting to see more of which side is stronger. As they take the snap here, Van den Bosch rolls to the right. Bunch of clogged up lanes there. It is going to gain about maybe 1 or 2, but it looks like it is going to be enough for a 1st down.
And Brophy looking to ice the game with a touchdown here.
Touchdown would put it away. The clock is still rolling. I think you're at a point now where these Mountain Lions are not necessarily giving up, but they're not going to take any more timeouts, and that clock just continues to roll. So Brophy's feeling it. The fans are feeling it. They got to cash in, though.
Kubica goes in motion.
And we'll see Vandenbosch here on his right. Chambers takes a snap as a keeper again, gets tripped up just outside the goal line. Is going to be marked down about the 2 or 3 yard line. Looks like they're going to mark him in between it.
Love that play call. Getting Vanden Bosch out in space and trying to power his way through the defense. Really has done a great job of doing that all night.
Yeah, it really has been. That read option has just been killer between him and Chambers. So second and goal coming up here from the 3 yard line. Vanden Bosch looking for the play call. Not in no hurry at all. About to hit just over 4 minutes left to play in this fourth quarter. Play clock running down. Vanden Bosch takes a snap. It's another keep it to the left. There's nobody in front of him, and he's going to walk in for the touchdown.
Vanden Bosch with his second rushing touchdown of the game. Now is given a juicy cushion for Brophy. They're up big time, 26-10. And what a drive. Big plays from Kubica. And Vanden Bosch finishes off with the rushing touchdown.
Yeah, Vanden Bosch's second rushing touchdown on the night. Ultimately putting them up 16, parring the extra point, putting them up 17. So big night all around for this Brophy team, as the extra point is good. So 27-10, our score right now. 4 minutes and 6 seconds left in this fourth quarter, and it's looking like it's going to be a Brophy bounce back win.
Yeah, it's looking like Brophy is taking control of this game. Up by 17, 3-score game, and got to hand it to the Broncos. They've been really physical in this game, been able to run the ball, stretch open that offense, and I've got a lot of big chunk plays down the field from Devin Fitzgerald, Jason Kubica. Those have been the big play guys for them.
Yeah, it really has been there, Jesse. I mean, like we said, we mentioned the slow start to this game for both sides, and now I think we're seeing the full possibilities that this Brophy offense can hold and really can prove to why they can make a run this year, led by their amazing standout receiver in Fitzgerald. And, they got a great backfield there with Chambers and Vanden Bosch leading the way at quarterback. I think it's the team that can be reckoned with, Both losses this season coming against Basha and Hamilton, both tough teams you're going to see in the playoffs, but definitely good to get these losses down now and not in the playoffs. So, Brophy taking control here, under 4 minutes to play. This Mountain Lion team will come back out here on offense and look to get something going, but I think where they're at now is just the turnovers ultimately costed them this game.
Yeah, and it was a big-time response from Brophy. They gave up 70 points last week against Hamilton in a 70-33 loss, and now this week they only gave up 10 points. A big turnaround for them against a great team in Red Mountain. Was 4-0 coming into this game. Both these teams ranked in the top 10. And some quality 6A football being played.
Yeah, it really is, as pass falls incomplete. Joe taking enormous amounts of pressure there. But, yeah, like we said, we talked about this game being a top 10 matchup. Number 7 in Brophy and number 6 in Red Mountain. And really just Brophy taking advantage of that and going back to the basics. It's hard to come off a game where you get dropped 70 on you by a team like that. And the way they bounce back this week, both primarily on defense, only holding this team to 10 points, it's got to be something that Coach Jewell is loving right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And now for Red Mountain, they've given up 27 or more just twice. This is the second time. The most they've given up is 28 points. So they're going to look to rebound next week. They'll take on the Desert Ridge Jaguars at home. And it'll be another 7 p.m. start next Friday.
Yeah, it'll be a big game there for this team. And I think, yeah, it's a big game coming up. I think it will be in 2 weeks.
For 2 weeks.
Yep.
Yeah, October 10th.
No worries. And so I think they have the bye next week, but I think it's a great time bye, take a tough loss. You start the season strong, 4-0. You come into this game, you don't play your best football. You hurt yourself, and in different ways, and you go into the bye next week, you clean it up, and come back out for a Desert Ridge game. That'll be a tough game as well. As for Brophy,
Back here
back here
at Central High School, I'm taking on Shadow Ridge Stallions.
Yeah, so they'll look at the bounce off of that win as the punt is caught for a fair call. Noche with the catch and fair catch, and looks like we'll see this Brophy team come out one more time and might possibly do it here with this final drive coming up. But back to what we were saying, Brophy really just a really great bounce back game, you know. Van Bosch had 3 turnovers last week. Obviously, he had the 1 interception today. It didn't look good, the double coverage, but ultimately the win is all that matters.
Yeah, good response from Coach Jason Jewell and the squad. Getting the win tonight in a big time game going against, once again, a great opponent in Red Mountain. Both these teams putting on a show here in front of these fans under the Friday night lights.
Yeah, great turnout here for this Brophy offense, our Brophy team in general, as well as this Red Mountain. They travel really well. They had a decent sideline. They had the momentum going there. Get a good rush there from Van Bosch, still moving those, turning those wheels and getting upfield. And it's gonna just over 2 minutes left to play in this fourth quarter. Looks like Brophy's ready for this victory to come out, and they're gonna move to 3-2 on the year. And Red Mountain will face its first loss of the season. But Red Mountain going next week, got that bye. As for Brophy, they'll be back at it next week. But both teams, both still in decent positions playoff-wise, and wouldn't be surprised if we see these two teams both in the postseason.
No, I wouldn't be surprised either. And I think we've seen why tonight. Good battle and good competition.
Yeah, really all the way around as Chambers takes the handoff there on the right side, but looks like they're just running that clock out. It's going to bring up 3rd down and short on this next play. And the first down will practically end this game coming up. And yeah, just really overall a great performance on all sides. Definitely some things you can clean up if you're Brophy, the penalties, the turnovers, but that defense holding a number 6 ranked team is definitely what you look for. As Van Bosch lines up here in the shotgun, once again takes the handoff, goes to the right, has a little bit of room, takes a hit, and it looks like he's gonna have the first down, and that looks like that's gonna do it for this game as we hit the minute mark, but goes out of bounds. But
man, Van Bosch
not stepping off the
trying to look
gas.
for contact until the very end. Gotta respect it, especially in a game like this where you're up that big, kind of taking that hit.
Yeah, really just shows the type of competitor that he is. Doesn't matter if he's up 17 or not. He's taking the hit, and he's going to go do it for his team. But one more snap here from scrimmage should do it for this Brophy Broncos team. As they're just laying that clock to go down. But overall, great win for this team as Van Bosch takes the kneel, and that should do it. 27-10, our final score for this game, and really not necessarily what we expected. You could call it an upset if you would like, but I think both teams coming into this recognized how tough each of each other were.
Yeah, it was a great match. Great being on the call with you, Jacob, here for the Varsity Sports Show, and awesome night of football here at Central High School, and both these teams walk away with some learning points, some good and some bad.
Yeah, so as we mentioned too, Red Mountain falls to 4-1 on the season. They'll go into the bye next week and then come back against Desert Ridge Jaguars. As for Brophy Prep and the Broncos, they're going to go to 3-2 on the season and come back next week against actually a tough team in Shadow Ridge as well, and see what they can do from there. Once again, I'm Jacob Nolde here with Jesse Davis and the Varsity Sports Show. Thank you guys so much for staying in tonight, and have a great rest of your night.
Have a great night.